Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is entertainment news on channels, television. Now, Nollywood filmmaker and animator Akinmolayan has predicted that the newly announced Trump tariff on movies shot outside Hollywood might not have strong adverse effects on Nollywood. The critically acclaimed filmmaker, while speaking on our program The World Today earlier today, explains why the new tariff is not yet a big worry for Nollywood filmmakers.
All right, so typically, I would say that the most common way we get our films shown in the US recently has been via streaming. That's Netflix and Amazon Prime Video, to be precise. And what usually has happened in the past is they would have what they call a worldwide license, called a WW license, and then they would have a US and Canada license. And this is because the US and Canada license is a bit different in terms of taxation. Is about 35% tax on the license deal, whereas all over the world it's a completely different thing. So we do not know if that impacts this because we make films first for the Nigerian market, predominantly for the Nigerian market, and then we try to appeal to an international audience. But usually in that discussion there is some tax calculation that is very specific to the United States. But I honestly do not think that that is what this particular tariff issue with Trump is. I think he's just very specific about, the key American studios that are now doing a lot of their productions outside America, which is, interesting because one of the things that we're thinking about here, even in Nigeria, with some of the initiatives that even I'm coming up with, like NollywoodFilmmaker.com, is to build a system of trust and reliability where Hollywood can actually come to film some of their major productions in places like Nigeria because there's capable hands and there is, good security and all the like. So that would be very disappointing if you now do not have those incentives, especially if we work really hard to prove that Nigeria is a place where foreign productions can happen. So the question that no one has answered, even people in that space in the US, is where exactly does the tariff come? Is it from the production budget or the sales, the gross of the movie? What happens if you make the film and it doesn't sell? What happens when you make a film that is targeted for festivals and it's not like a commercial decision? So there's still a lot of things that aren't too clear, and I've read probably 5 different articles of people trying to break down what it might mean. It feels like a lot of it is still floating in the air. My thoughts would be that nothing much will change in terms of how much they need to spend if they are here or in any other parts of the world apart from America to make films, at least not in the immediate, because we do not know where the tariffs are going to be taken from. Typically, tariffs are taken ultimately from the consumers in a place like America, which now motivates people to, the producers to save costs and try and do more of their work in America. But of course, the reason why I do not even see a future in such a thing is that the world is becoming a global space. America is looking for stories to tell from all over the world, and that's why we've had companies like Netflix and Amazon Prime work with us in Nigeria. So I do not even see this working on the, in the long run. So, but, we're open to see how that goes.